Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mobby here, and today we're going to be checking out and unboxing the new Dungeons and Dragons Welcome to the Hellfire Club set. So really quick disclaimer, I'm very new to D&D. I really want to get into it, maybe start learning how to DM, and maybe do like a one-off thing with my wife and do a little practice one-on-one before I go into and play with friends. But I saw this at Target and I'm like, this looks cool. So it says here that this is going to be for 3 to 5 players, but I wonder if there's a way that I can kind of modify it for like 1 to 2 player while I DM. So today is going to be a very casual video with me as a extremely new D&D player going through and just having fun looking at what is available to do going in as a DM player. So let's go ahead and get started, and please let me know down in the comments, do you know if this set or if any set recently that has come out I could modify to play single player? It's not single player, but with one other player as I DM. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. So let's go through everything and then go from there in this full unboxing, but we won't go through spoilers of the campaign. I'll try to stay away from that. So here we go. Read me first quick, guys. So we got a little Hellfire Club photo with the with freaking Mike here, the cast, etc. Eddie, awesome. Whoa, Henderson. If you're reading this, then today's the long-awaited day. That's right. Take that cap off, big boy, and throw it high into the air. I have finally graduated. I told you this was going to be my year. Consider this the last will and testament of Eddie the Banished. With me out of the picture, someone has to keep the flames of Hellfire burning, and it's high time you stepped up behind the screen. I hereby bequeath to you my secret trove of adventures. Use them to guide all the little lost sheepies home. You, my friend, are the future of Hellfire. This is your year. Hellfire forever, Eddie. Nice. So also, I'll say no spoilers for the seasons of Stranger Things. As I'm recording this, we're waiting on the final season. We're waiting for the part 2, volume 2 to come out, and of course volume 3. So here's a quick start guide. So this thing is it should teach you exactly how to play. I'm assuming this is going to have some campaigns that you can use as well. So unpacking the box, you can organize with booklets and maps, tokens, character sheets. I'm assuming they're all pre-made. Sort out the cards. So this is an ongoing game. Each time you gather, you're playing a single game session. They form adventures in a campaign. The next time you play, it'll pick up exactly where it left off. Here's more stuff if you want to see the exact things in this package. And here is the component breakdown, which everything is in here. Oh, I can't wait to look at the freaking DM screen here. And there's more stuff here. So I'm going to go ahead and be reading a lot of the stuff. Of course, the artwork is based off of, the IP, a little bit more cartoony. So it's going to be teaching you, different characters. You can see we have Lady Applejack, etc. Being the DM, swapping roles, getting started. I'm gonna spend a long time going through this. So look at this, D&D. Now, I did actually purchase a D&D starter kit maybe like 10 years ago, and the play guide looked exactly like this. We never actually got around to playing it though, mostly making our characters, because literally everyone who was in the room with me trying to learn how to play, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. But after watching a ton more videos, I think I can really get into being a DM. So here we go. Play guide, Stranger Things. We'll take a quick peek at this. Oh, allow you to let you on a little secret. Nobody knows all the rules by heart. I sure as hell don't. That's what this booklet is for. The rules are here to help everyone tell a story. If you feel like the rules are getting in the way, it's important to have fun. That's all that matters. That's pretty cool. Nice. The play guide. So it's going to have the contents here, the credits. So in this game, usually you can probably just go online and look up what different weapons do. There are probably custom monsters and custom weapons tailored and spells tailored to the set, but for all I know, some of these stuff like Burning Hands, it might just have a real online consensus of how these things work. So for example, if you unlock Burning Hands, you can see how it works in a cone. It gives you the the durations, etc., how to use it. You can even high level it and all that stuff. 15-foot cone, so that's really cool. It has all that stuff. So we have the magic cards, item cards, spell cards, and of course all of the character sheets, giving you the breakdown of how every single feat works, special traits. And I played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 and Pillars of Eternity type of games, so a lot of the combat here is pretty I would say, transferable from those games, which is really awesome. You know, AC, DC, saving throws, etc. So it's really nice that I have that sort of background while I try to learn the rules and go through all that stuff. So that's gonna be cool. Here are the monster cards as well. Now these ones are black and white. That's not a cutout, is it? On the it looks like a cutout on the monster. The demi dragon, you can see its health, a lot of stuff here. Bite, melee attack, acid breath, playing the game. So it's gonna tell you exactly, you know, the DM does a situation, everyone reacts, DM narrates what happens next, and it will kind of go back and forth. A lot of stuff in between. Combat is really, really heavy, but that's pretty much the whole goal of it, just to, you know, DM and have fun, right? And then they got some dice here, all different dice you're going to need. I have a lot of dice because I do a ton of TCG videos and stuff on the Mobby TCG channel, so I have lots of dice, but I'm assuming this one's going to come with all of the dice that you should need. Dice notation as well, all the different ability descriptions, what are dice for, etc. So we'll go through this a little bit more quicker. So it's telling you about, yeah, just basically the rules. So I'm gonna go ahead and read all this to refresh my memory and how to, you know, DM and stuff. And then I guess after I go through everything, I'm going to figure out whether or not this will be a fun campaign that I can kind of modify to play with my wife, who I've never played Dungeons and Dragons before. And we'll go from there. I might want to go for like a much more easier sort of thing. But, you know, we'll see. Ooh, cantrips, my favorite types of abilities in the game. Love cantrips. Okay, so just telling you like a lot of stuff you're going to need. High jump, hit point dice. And she's played a lot of Baldur's Gate as well. So a lot of this should also carry over. So that is the rules guide, just to teach you how to play. Now here are the different campaigns, or sorry, adventures through the campaign that we're going to be seeing here. So let's go ahead and just go through the, I guess I'll go through the first one just like to show you what it looks like, but we're not going to go through all of them. So you can see here, why is that one upside down? It's the upside down. So there's the Vanishing Gnome, and you can see here it's not even that much of a booklet. Does it have the page numbers on it? 5, 7, 9. So it's like 9, 10 pages of this specific campaign. And this one should be very, very, very tailored to, you know, as for a very fledgling DM. You know, this should basically give me everything I need. You know, the key plot points, what things to work them towards, the beginning of the venture, how to start the adventure, when they actually investigate, when they get into the dungeons. There are going to be the dungeon sheets that the game is going to be providing for you. So when they go into it, you can sort of set up that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool. More artwork and stuff like that. So lots of encounters as well. So this is really cool. So nice. So the first one is called The Vanishing of Gnome. The second one is going to be called The Scream of the Crop. This is also 11 pages. Like again, I'm not going to go through it because we don't want to spoil how it works. And the next one is going to be Ballad of the Rat King for adventure level 3 characters. So it also gives you a level. So obviously level 1 characters, level 2, level 3. And as you play and as you do new sessions, you know, if you don't 100% die hardcore mode, you can sort of level up your character, learn new spells, prepare things, you know, bring all your gold and equipment into future runs, which is kind of cool. And then maybe afterwards you can bring them to another campaign, and when they're too strong and you want to start a new campaign, guess what? All you have to do is roll a new character. Okay, so devil metal die for level 3 characters. And then we have some extra sort of things that kind of go along with the campaigns. For example, maybe there's going to be a campaign that says you find a flyer, and then you can go ahead and give the players the flyer, that sort of thing. It's probably just going to be flavor texting. You don't really need, maybe. Okay, so these are the different character sheets. Nice, it comes with a bunch. I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming these are all copies as well, like multiple copies. I don't know how many characters exactly. This is a very heavy book, though. So Lady Applejack, so let's give an example of all the characters. Lady Applejack, which is Erica in the show. Erica Sinclair, very cool. So this thing is all filled out for you. The strengths, the dexterity, all that stuff. The heroic inspiration, you have 1 at the moment. All the different special traits. So as you play the game, you know, you can be like, I want to talk to this sort of bard, and I want to ask him to play me a song. You can go ahead and, you know, the DM can say, roll charisma 0 or persuasion or something like that. You know, that sort of thing. And then maybe he might, you know, rob them, etc. It gives you stuff, so it depends. So that's pretty cool. If you want to check that out, that is Lady Applejack, and there are 3 of it. Maybe because if you do play multiple times with different people, maybe you can do all these. Definitely, if we end up playing and we're running out, I'm probably gonna copy at least one of them onto a regular piece of paper. We'll see. So then we have Nog the dwarf, who was played by Dustin. Nice. He's a background farmer, a dwarf character, very high strength and spell casting. His cantrips. 3 cantrips. Take the spells that match levels to 0s and put them there. Oh, nice. This guy's a bunch of little tiny cantrips too. And also 3 as well here. Next one is going to be Sundar the Bold, who is Lucas Sinclair. AC 17. Nice. You're a fighting class. Human fighting class. Very high constitution. Very cool. I like that a lot. Okay, so also 3 of these. Maybe 1 or 2 more characters left. Here is Mike Wheeler, and this character is going to be Tyr the Paladin. AC 16, halfling. Of course, he would be a halfling. Wisdom and charisma, a little bit of strength. So they try to base them off, their IRL personality, their in-universe personalities, which is kind of cool. And then I think this is the last one here. It's going to be Will the Wise by Will Byers. Very cool, dude. So intelligence, high wisdom, etc. This is a wizard class, scribe. Very cool. So once again, all 3 of them again. Okay. Now look at that. We've barely gotten to the surface of this thing. Look how freaking high this thing goes. Okay. So next thing here is going to be the maps. So it looks like there's a little insert. I don't know if I'm going to be using this insert. I'll probably put this on the side for now. But these are the maps that you will be seeing on the game. These are nice. Square equals 5 feet for your reference. Like, oh, I can run. Every character could run like maybe 9 meters, 9.5 meters, etc. Equals feet. So let's go ahead and open them up very slightly. We don't want to do too much here. This is so cool to have on a gigantic table. Man, these things are bigger than I thought they were going to be. Dude, look at this. This is cool. Shadow Dungeon. 5 feet. Neat. And this thing isn't even opened up all the way, by the way. It feels pretty good. Like, these things feel good. This is nice, man. I like this. Don't rip it. Don't rip it. I'll fix it up later. Cool. So that's one of the maps. We have another map. And it's like 2-sided maps, so we can go ahead and make sure that, you can go ahead and get them all done here. Ooh, there's another map. It's good quality. It feels great. It's paper, but it feels like you play like Yu-Gi-Oh! You get like the sort of mats that you get. That's pretty cool. Okay, next off we have, what is this, a poster? This is a poster of the map and also of Eddie. So you can see here, Eddie, very cool. Actually, show you the webcam. Cool, nice Eddie poster. And then on the back side, we have the map of Hawkins Gray, or whatever it's called, Gray Hawkins. That's pretty neat. This is great. Posters, man. Eddie, very cool. And then here are all the punch outs, which, I'll mess with when we actually start playing. Here's the quality of them if you wanted to see them. Up close, they got pretty nice art. Do they have any backs? The backs seem to be kind of the same, unless some of them transform from the back. We can see there. NPCs, monster token cutouts, bigger cutouts. Ooh, much bigger cutouts. These are probably going to be like the big baddies of each scenario. Player tokens as well with little standees, so you can, put them on the map as you play. That's really awesome. Then we have the DM screen. Okay, that's what I'm excited for. All right. Oh, ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Check this out, guys. The DM screen. What do you think? Let me show you what the inside looks like. Oh, okay. Wasn't even out all the way. Ooh, so it shows all the stuff, the map of the area, etc. This is really cool. Oh, I'm definitely gonna use. Like, it's so freaking awesome. It looks like an old school, like, sort of artwork, but also has Eddie here in the front. It's a big screen. conditions, actions, improvising, damage, difficulty classes. This is great, dude. This is a really cool DM screen. All right, let's see what else we got here. Right now. Very, very cool. Check that out. Ugh, I can't take this thing off. Okay, so here are the different types of items you can get in the game. So there's the front part where it just shows it to you. This is the thickness of it. Pretty good. Definitely more than a playing card. Pretty decent stock here. Adamantine armor. So on the back it says, while wearing it, it gives you more information. Armor, medium, what it is. It gives you the freaking, what you can wear, max, etc. So Cap of the Vanishing, darts, of course, dread helmets, flame tongue. So all of these, remember, it's just guidelines, right? Once you start making your own or having fun, you could probably even start including like these into your own campaigns, into your regular stuff. Lots of potions of healing, which is pretty cool. Sweep, speaking stones, spike shields, wand of secrets. And on the back, it even has more stuff. Nice. So these are the items that you're going to find in this campaign. And then the different sorts of spells you can get. There's a lot of them. Pretty good amount of spells here. Level 2 spells. Aid. Level 2. 30 feet. Duration 8 hours. I don't even know. How would you even calculate hours in this game? Burning Hands. Where's the level 0 cantrips? Look at that. Guidance. Well, let's go through all of them for you guys. Aid. Bless. Burning Hands. Color Spray. Command. Cure Wounds. Detect Good and Evil. Divine Smite. Here's a cantrip for Druidcraft for guidance. Guiding Bolt. I really like Guiding Bolt. I think that's a good one. You hit somebody, then everyone gets advantage on it. The next attack roll made against it gets advantage, which is pretty cool. Visibility, jump, lesser restoration, more cantrips for light, mage armor, hand, magic missile, misty steps, ray of frost, scorching, smite shield, level 1, thunderous smite, sleep. Cool, there you go. Interesting. Cool. All right, spare the dying, spiritual weapon, thunder wave. Look at that cube. Okay, and the last two things are going to be the dice. So these are the dice that they give you here. Go ahead and open this bad boy up. Hit. All right. So here's all the dice that come with it. Let's check the quality of them. I'm a little disappointed it's not specifically like Stranger Things themed the dice. It looks like they're just basic dice. They don't feel any different than any other dice I've used. Obviously, they give you everything that you need. A couple of the same ones here. So that's nice. And they give you everything you need. Like, roll 2. They only give you 1d4 here. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, they're just basic dice. There's nothing fancy about these little guys here. Nice. And the last thing here looks like a combat tracker. Oh, there's more. So combat tracker, if you want, probably for the DM. There's a lot of paper here. That's good. You need to use a little Hellfire thing here. And then it looks like they're going to give... Ooh, that's a lot of freaking... Oh, sweet. Hold on, let me open this. All right, so check this out. Violet fungus. So it tells you once a monster pops up, boom, you can be like, okay, everyone, this is exactly what it is. And then you can go ahead and keep this a secret unless they have some sort of ways to investigate and examine the creatures. So nice. So let's look through all of them really quick. Oh, and also they have these things that you can give to players. What can you do on your turn? So move, action, communicate, interact, take a bonus action. And then when you do something other than move, typically attack, dash, disengage, dodge. So yeah, once again, if you guys play Baldur's Gate, that game does a really good job of teaching you the ropes of things you can do with it, confined within the game engine, of course, but it really helps you. So we have Onkeg. Ooh, nice. Burrowing insect predator. The barbed devil. These guys are probably like the big baddies, huh? How much health is it? 110 health. Oh my god. Let's go through these as the last little bits here. Commoner folks. Different tokens for the commoners. They all have the same stats here. HP of 4. Cultist of the Demi-Gorgon. Dardu. Oh my god, is that supposed to be Eddie? Demo bats. Demo dogs. Demo dragons. Demo-Gorgon spawn. Cool. Dretch. Fizzlebin, Vanishing of the Gnome, Giant Corrupted Rat, Giant Spider, Null Warrior, Goblin Warrior. So if I were to maybe once again customize it for one player, I might have to mess around with health values and AC numbers, but you know, I think I'll do with that once I figure out, like, if you know, I'll read everything, go through a campaign, and see if it'll be fun to play with one. Once again, I said this at the beginning. If you guys know of very, very easy general ways for me to make campaigns pretty much easy for one person, please let me know. You know, this one is recommended to, did we already go through all of them? I think we did. Okay, so that was it, guys. This is pretty cool. I like this a lot. So yeah, thanks so much for being here and watching. Hellfire Club, I should have said this at the beginning, not sponsored. I saw this at Target and bought it myself, and I wanted to just unbox it since I'm going to be checking it out. So I'll give you guys an update in a future video if I do end up DMing. How did it go? What did I use? And maybe in the future I can give you some sessions as well, have them edited, have some fun stuff. It'll be cool. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.